Hello, this is Wiz Watson, and my goal is to empower you. So let's look at multiplication and division of exponents. It helps if you know operations with fractions. I'm going to go over some examples, and everything should become clear at that point. But first, let's run through some definitions. If you multiply exponents with the same base, the exponents add. And similarly, if you divide exponents with the same base, they subtract instead. And you cannot divide a power by 0. So if I take a to the m times a to the n, the exponents add since we have the same base of a. So that means that's a to the m plus n. And with numbers, if I take 3 to the 4th times 3 squared, that equals 3 to the 4 plus 2, or 3 to the 6. And so with division, if I take 3 to the 5th divided by 3 squared, that's 3 to the 5 minus 2, which is 3 to the 3rd. So let's look at the following example, and feel free to pause the video as we multiply 10 to the 5th times 10 to the 6th. So by rule, the exponents add, that's 10 to the 5 plus 6, which equals 10 to the 11th. So feel free to pause the video and try the following example. I take 0.8 to the 11th divided by 0.8 to the 5th, so that just becomes 0.8 to the 11 minus 5 equals 0.8. 11 minus 5 is 6, so that's 0.8 to the 6th. And feel free to pause the video and try the following example. I have 7 times 7 to the 5th. Well, we know 7 is just 7 to the first power times 7 to the 5th. So that was the key to that one, to know that 7 is 7 to the first power. That's 7 to the 1 plus 6, 1 plus 5. 7 to the 1 plus 5, which is 6. So feel free to pause the video and try the following example. I have z to the 6th times 0.5 z to the 4th. Now we look at these and that 0.5 is there, but remember the bases are still the same, so we can add those. I'm going to bring the 0.5 out front. I got z to the 6th times z to the 4th. So it may be easier to look at it this way by bringing that 0.5 out front. So that just gives me 0.5. z to the 6 plus 4 is just z to the 10. So feel free to pause the video and try the following example. We have 28x to the 14th over 42x to the 12th. We're going to have to simplify the numbers and simplify the exponents. So let's do the exponents first. We have 28x to the 14. That's going to be x to the 14 times minus x to the 12. Because they subtract when we divide, and we're going to leave the 42 on the bottom. We have 28x to the 14 minus 12 is just 28x to the 2nd over 42. And 42 can be divided by 14 3 times. 28 can be divided by 14 2 times. So we're left with 2/3 x squared. We can put the x squared on the side or on the top. So feel free to pause the video and try the following example. I have x cubed y to the 4th x to the 4th. Well, we see these two bases are the same, even though they're separated by that y. We can bring those together if you want. We can just do it that way, but we can bring them together to make it a little bit clearer. So x to the 3 plus 4, we know that those exponents add. That's x to the 7th. Oh, that's y to the 4th. Let me get that in there. So this is y to the 4th. Caught that mistake there. And that's x to the 7, y to the 4th. So feel free to pause the video and try the following example. I have 0.2 w to the 7 times 3.6 w to the 8 all over 1.8 w to the 4th. Let's look at these numbers and simplify these first. 2 goes in the, I'm going to visualize this as 2, 18, and 36. And we know 2 goes into 18 and 36. So let's just go 0.2. It goes into itself 1 time. It goes into 18 9 times. That's my quick operations with decimals. It goes into, okay, so that goes like that. Actually, I'm going to cancel one more time because I know 9 goes into 36 4 times. So 9 goes into 9 1 time, but it goes into 36 0.4 times, I think. Let me see, 0.4. Let me check that. Yes, that is correct. 0.4 times 9 is 3.6. So now let's look at this again. We'll rewrite this. We have 1 times 0.4 is just 0.4. I have w to the 7 times w to the 8. That's just w to the 15 over w to the 4th. Okay, because I have 1 on the bottom, so that's w to the 4th. Now, I have the w to the 4 on the bottom, so that's going to be 0.4. W to the 15 minus 4 is just w to the 11. And another way you could have done this, you could have multiplied the 0.2 times the 3.6, and that would have given you 0.72 divided by 1.8. That would have given you a 0.4. So you would have gotten the answer the same way. It might have been a little bit easier to combine the 0.2 and the 3.6. So always check your answers. And even though when you check your answers, I found that you can still make mistakes. So no worry, you'll get partial credit regardless. And you'll get most of the credit if you still make mistakes. But only machines don't make mistakes. And actually, matter of fact, machines do make mistakes. So here's for the most important step. The most important step is that you practice. And the time to practice is right now. When you learn a concept, the secret that I learned is that you practice that concept right away. And you don't, at the very least, you practice it within a couple of hours. If you wait a day or two or more, it's going to be too late. You will have forgotten most everything. So that's how you multiply and divide with exponents. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Please like, subscribe, share, support.